like boys, but I don't like gay boys in the gay scene because clubs and gossip and hookups, that's not connection, that's emptiness. Most gay boys settle for being drunk every weekend, but some of us want more success, discipline, and real love.
Let's talk about groping at clubs. Last time I made a video about this, my comments were like half people supporting me and half people telling me that I should like it because I'm a man.
Stop going to the gay bars every weekend. You're not going to find anybody there hot. You're not going to find anybody there that you're going to really like or connect with. Just stop going to the gay bars.
You might think the reason that gays are getting tired of the clubs and the bars are because Gen Z isn't interested in drinking or because we're all just super broke because the economy is the way that it is. But the real reason might shock you. Just kidding. It probably won't shock you. But gays are getting groped at the clubs without consent and they're over it. And that's not the only thing leaving gay clubs empty in 2026. So today we're going to look into the many reasons why gays are choosing to skip the clubs and stay home instead. Now, don't get me wrong, there are still plenty of busy gay bars and plenty of gays going to the gay clubs. But as you'll see in a lot of these videos, it's usually the same people every week, the same thing every week, and if you're trying to find a soulmate, this might not be the best strategy. If this is your first time here, I'm Mitch Mangione, and I'm the gay YouTuber that goes there. And if you have any other reasons other than the ones you hear today, or you just love going to the gay bar and want to let me know, please leave a comment below. Otherwise, let's get into the videos.
Okay, so I've talked about this before on my TikToks, but let's talk about groping at clubs. You know, it blows my mind that men think that they can just grab each other at clubs. Do you know what I mean? Last time I made a video about this, my comments were like half people supporting me and half people telling me that I should like it because I'm a man. And let me just make something clear. It's not okay to just grab people. It doesn't matter how horny you are or how hot you think you are or how hot you think the other person is, you can't just grab them. And it's sexual harassment, fully. Leave these people alone or flirt with them like a normal person, but just because they're a man and you think you know what they want, doesn't mean you can just take that assumption and do something to them without their permission. I'm all for sexual liberation, but sometimes you gays just take it too far. And it's okay to want someone, and it's okay to be turned on by someone, but you can't just go grabbing someone's body parts at a club. And I'm so curious as to why you guys think it's okay. I'm just saying, if we did that to a girl, it'd be a whole nother conversation.
You know, I've never had anyone really grope me at the clubs. I've definitely had guys try and grind on me and stuff, but I've never had anyone actually grope me, and I can't help but be a little upset about that. Am I not gropeable? Rude. Just kidding. But at the same time, a lot of these guys are complaining that they're getting groped at the club, but they're probably getting groped by someone they don't want. Would they feel the same way if the guy was hot to them? I've never minded it, just my personal sentiments. I've never done that to others though. I will never without consent. A rule of the universe. Don't touch people inappropriately, and here's the key part. Without their consent. Nobody should be persistent and no means no, but for merely initiating physical contact, since when do we become such prudes? I personally think ... Okay, I want to quickly just talk about a little story that has to do with being a prude and actually the gay clubs. When I was dating my ex, we used to get into fights a lot and I loved to create a scene in public. And so there was this one time that we were visiting San Francisco and we were outside of the club eating before we were going to go into the gay clubs. I don't know how we got onto the subject, but basically my ex wanted me to go up to some guys in the club and try to flirt with them to get them to come back with us to our hotel. And one, I'm not super into threesomes, so I didn't want to do it. And two, I'm super f***ing shy. I didn't want to do it. And so then we ended up getting into this huge fight in front of the club because he was screaming that I was a prude. And so then I got pissed and threw my phone on the ground, shattering it. As I was throwing it down, I was like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing, Mitch? You're going to break your phone. And sure enough, I broke my phone. And so we never even ended up going to the club that night. And it wasn't because we didn't want to go. It was because we got into a fight because he called me a prude, which actually brings me to the next video, which is the complete opposite of being a prude.
I just got stretched out so hard in this gay club, and let me tell you, the back room, like, you walk in and everything's normal, but then you go to the back room and there's holes in the walls. I dropped straight to my knees, got to work, and honestly, the uncircumcised kings tasted very good.
I feel like sometimes I'm so naive because I didn't even realize there was actually gay back rooms in bars. I just thought it was like a Queer as Folk thing. And if you've ever seen that show, it's the best show ever. I'm sorry, Heated Rivalry. It's way better than you. Anyway, I didn't realize that there were actually back rooms that had people in them. Like, really, truly didn't realize until I was at Highland in Austin, Texas, which is where I live. And I was downstairs in the basement looking at all the hot, sweaty, shirtless men dancing. And I thought it was just like a shirtless area that people got shirtless and sweaty together. But no, in the corner, sure enough, there were people and I was like, oh, so there is a dark back room in these clubs. Did not know.
There are two main reasons why I don't like gay clubbing. The first reason is the lack of boundaries at the club. Personally, I have been kissed, touched, basically like anything that violates physical boundaries with no consent, no one asking me. And I know this is a pretty common experience for women in the straight clubs, but we basically have the equivalent experience as gay men in the gay club. For me, personally, I like having my space. I don't like to be touched by strangers. And so it makes me really uncomfortable really fast if I feel like people are not respecting that. And the thing is, I know a lot of people go there with the intention of hooking up or, just having a fun night out. And that's totally fine. Like, I respect that. What bothers me is that no one even tries to ask before they stick their hands down my pants. And I'm just like, hello? Like, did I say you could do that? So yeah, that's reason number one. Reason number two is more about how small the community is. And by small, I mean it is inevitable that you'll run into people that you know. And a lot of times, it won't be people that you actually want to run into. For me, it's actually kind of often that I bump into an ex or an ex-situationship. And even if I'm totally over them, it still kind of kills my mood to like see them out there dancing with some other dude,
This is funny because there was actually this one time that I went to the gay bars here in Austin with a few of my girlfriends, and I had at least 4 of my hookups come up to me and hug me and say hello and whatever. And each one, my friend was like, "Did you hook up with them?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She was like ragging on me the rest of the night. She's like, "Oh, good Lord." The community is so small, you will inevitably see someone you've hooked up with or an ex-boyfriend or someone that you just don't want to see. If you have so many boundaries, you shouldn't be in the environment and force your uptight beliefs and rigid behavior on others. Ooh. I mean, no one wants to be touched by ugly people. Hot people can touch me whenever they want. Okay, so as I questioned in the beginning, would people care if they were groped without consent if the person was hot? Here's one comment that basically answers my question that, yeah, they wouldn't care. But I'm sure that's not everybody, but still, it's still an interesting question to ask. And if you haven't thought about it yet, and you want to let me know what you think, leave a comment below about this. I always found myself safe when I go with a bigger group of people. People are less inclined to approach me, especially if they see a possible boyfriend is with me. Safety in numbers. I totally agree with you. I have been in the same situation years ago, so I stopped going clubbing. And this comment perfectly fits with the next video I'm going to show you, which is about why you should stop going to the gay clubs completely.
Stop going to the gay bars every weekend. You're not going to find anybody there hot. You're not going to find anybody there that you're going to really like or connect with. Just stop going to the gay bars. If you're spending your time going to places where people like to spend up to $100 a night for like 4 or 5 cocktails, and are listening to the same Chapel Roan or Charlie XCX songs on repeat that the DJs are playing, you're not going to find your future soulmate there. You're not going to find the right one. I have given endless chances. I have gone to gay bars in West Hollywood, Austin, Texas, Mykonos, Buenos Aires, and none of them hit. And I love a lot of these cities. West Hollywood, but I'm from LA. But a lot of these other cities I love. But the gay bars are not it. I have just diversified going to different gay bars across the country, across the world. Hell's Kitchen, another area in New York. No, not it. These gay bars are just not it, you guys. If you're looking to meet, like, if you're a future partner and just get more involved in dating, if you're looking to meet new friends, you just got to get more involved in the hobbies and the events that you are into, and just got to make sure they're just more LGBT focused, more gay friendly.
Again, if you're going to the bars and the same people are there, those are usually the same people that are on the hookup apps. And a lot of you don't like the hookup apps because you don't feel like you can find your person on there. So what makes you think you're going to find the person at the gay bars when those are pretty much the same people? You can meet someone anywhere. It's all a matter of chance. I met my husband at a gay bar 27 years later, and we're still going strong. I go to drink, dance with my friends, eat with my friends afterwards. Side note, that's my favorite part of going out. Like, as soon as we get to the bar, I'm like letting everyone know what I'm going to eat after the bar. Eat with my friends afterwards, forget about work, and possibly go home with someone. If I don't, then I sleep. That's still a fun night for me. Never been my scene, never will be. Drunk people act and sound stupid, and I don't want to be around anyone having more than 2 to 3 drinks. Nothing's worse than going home with a guy who's drunk. I would rather focus on myself. With most gays being super vain about their appearance, I've never understood why they would waste their time, money, and health at the clubs. And this next video actually touches on that, and it kind of helps that he's super fucking hot.
Gay men, well, anybody who lives this lifestyle, this is for you, but mostly for gay men, just because it's prevalent. What's the appeal of going out every weekend, going to the clubs, staying out past midnight, getting shitty sleep, drinking way too much, being hungover, possibly mixing in some other substances, most likely mixing in some other substances, and just feeling like shit? And then Sunday night rolls around, you have anxiety and depression because you get the Sunday scaries and work's going to start. What's the appeal? And now we have friends, close friends, that do this, and I've asked them, and I really don't get a better answer than, oh, it's fun. That's how we like to have fun, which is everybody's entitled to their own version of whatever fun is. But is it though? Is it fun? Because it sounds miserable.
Yeah.
And I won't say all, because that's generalizing, but most that I talk to have some sort of anxiety or depression or body dysmorphia type thinking or hate what they see in the mirror. And I'm like, well, yeah, no shit. There are other factors that play into it, but do you think that's fucking helping? And again, I'm incredibly open-minded, very understanding. Everybody's entitled to their own version of fun, but at what point does your fun, if it's not working for you and it's actively working against you living the life you want to fucking live and look the way you want to look and feel the way you want to feel, at what point is it not fun anymore? At what point do you go, fuck, I gotta make a change? So again, help me out, seriously, in the comments, let me know, what is the appeal, and in your mind, is it worth it to sacrifice living the healthy life that you actually want and trying to change that version of yourself that you see in the mirror that you don't like?
He's right. Alcohol, no sleep, eating horribly after. It doesn't help your health at all. So it kind of seems counterintuitive, especially for gays, because we are naturally the most vain of all people, I feel. And to be doing this to our bodies doesn't make any sense. Like, is it really for fun, or is it just desperation and loneliness? You being hopeful that you'll find your soulmate at the gay bars. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want my soulmate to be someone that goes out every weekend, gets drunk, eats horribly, and doesn't get any sleep. That's not who I'm looking for. So why are so many people still doing that? And so I have a question for you. If you go out a lot, how do you still stick to your health goals and stay healthy like that? Leave a comment below and let me know.
So I went to my first gay club last night, which was an experience, but I'm trying to say yes to things that normally I would say no to. Getting out of my comfort zone. So this guy invited me out, and I have one qualm with the place. Why is it, hi, nice to meet you, what's your name? Dick grab. Why are you grabbing my bulge so quick in the introduction process? We missed a few steps. We're not there yet. I don't know you, sir. I don't know you!
So it 100% depends on the club, but I've been doing this for a while and that's not acceptable in 95% of gay clubs. The 5% where it is expected, someone really should have told you prior to entry. Otherwise, it's SA. That's not appropriate unless you're in a dark room or something, and even then it's a gray area. Men are pigs. Now you see what women have to go through. I've gotten my Johnson grabbed while actively peeing at the urinal. Thankfully, that guy has been banned, but yeah, unfortunately, that kind of stuff is pretty common, at least at the gay bar near me.
If you're awkward and you don't drink, then the gay club is not for you. Like, you could have the best outfit on, you could be doing the most, you could be the hottest guy there, but if you're not absolutely obliterated, gone, on the floor, nobody's gonna hit on you. And if you're like the slightest bit awkward, you get, like, no one's gonna want to hit on you. And that's why I don't go gay clubbing as much, because it just doesn't make, I just don't, you know what I mean? I don't get hit on because I'm not gone and I'm awkward.
I am this person. I am so awkward and like social anxiety ridden that the only way that I can actually have fun at a gay club is if I'm with like a huge group of people. If I go alone, I am going to be sitting at the bar alone, looking at my phone, having the most resting bitch face you've ever seen. And so no one's going to come up to me. So I have to go with people. That way it helps my social anxiety and my awkwardness. And funny enough, alcohol actually makes me more anxious, so the whole liquid courage thing doesn't work for me anymore. I don't know when that changed. When I was younger, the liquid courage was super strong, but now that I'm in my 30s, as soon as I take one sip of alcohol, I'm anxious. And so even going to the gay clubs now, like, I just don't think I could do it unless I was with like 10 people and they were all surrounding me while we're dancing on the dance floor, because I don't want anyone to see me dance. But if I have like 10 people crowding around me, I'd feel a little more comfortable. But then I have people asking me why I don't ever go to the gay clubs. And that's exactly what this next video talks about.
People ask why I don't go to gay bars or gay clubs. Well, one, I'm an alcoholic, and two, I prefer consent.
The gay club shit is not for me. I went to the gay club last night and the shit was so corny. So corny. Mind you, it was packed. But bitches, all they do is sit around and stare. Ain't nobody dancing, ain't nobody talking, ain't nobody doing nothing. The shit is corny as fuck. Then the music just be trash. It's like, I don't see how y'all can do that shit every weekend. I don't get it. It's not a vibe for me. I'll stick to the straight clubs.
You heard it here first. The gay clubs are cooked. But what do you think? Do you go to the gay bars for fun, out of boredom, or do you actually think you're gonna meet someone there? Let me know in the comments below, and you might just be featured in a future video about this topic. Okay, boys, catch you in the next video.